people, it's me, the Black Travelista. Welcome back to my channel, and today I am kicking off with my new series called Back to the A. Back to the A is a new series on my channel where I speak to repatriates, people who have travelled back to Africa, and find out their journey, the reasons why they've come back. But today what I'm going to be doing is changing it up a bit and talking to people who are native to Tanzania, people who have been born and bred here and are now seeing us come back to Africa. I want to find out their views and how they feel about seeing an influx of people from England, from the USA who look like them but have a totally different upbringing and understanding to what is going on in the world right now. So I'm here with Saeed, and Saeed is a born Tanzanian. So today I'm just going to be talking to him about his experiences. I want to find out his understanding of the diaspora, repatriation, and how he feels about the influx of people, repatriates who are coming back to Tanzania. So, hi Saeed. So, do you want to tell them a bit about yourself? Like, tell them what you do?
I'm a chef. I have a restaurant called Open Grill. It's at Kinondoni, not far from here. We do traditional foods and Western food. When I say Western food, I mean T-bones.
Steak.
Yeah, T-bone steak,
yeah.
Fries. That. I know a lot of people here in Tanzania, they don't know about T-bone steak.
Yeah.
Sometimes they eat, but they don't know.
Yeah.
That's why I say Western.
Yeah.
I'm born here, and that is my job.
Okay, that's good to know. How old are you?
I'm 25.
25. Have you ever travelled out of Tanzania? You haven't. What do you understand about repatriation?
That's good, because when we saw the people like that, we feel happy in us, because we see now our brothers and sisters, they remember back home, how they come back. As you know, Africa, or as you see right now because you are here, Africa is a good place, it's a nice place, but I can say we're still on the dark, because we forget our culture now, and then we try to go to the Western.
So when you say you forget your culture, you mean that people in Tanzania forgot their culture?
Not only in Tanzania. If you go in Zambia, maybe Malawi or South Africa, it's the same way for me. So when we see people, black people like you, what you call it again? The repatriation, right?
Yeah. So I'm a repatriate.
Yeah. When we hear or when we saw them, they come from Western and they came back here. That's cool. We feel great. Because you came to give us company.
Yeah.
And you can to open our minds, because for us, when you say about maybe UK or America, we believe that America is a place that you can find a good job, to live with a nice, good life over there. But when we see people came back here and say, nah, like me, I was working on a lodge the other day. The man came from America, and he came there, sleep two nights, and I asked him, bro, I just want to go to America and find a good job, this and this, I said, bro, don't say that. America is not good, it's not good. Even us, we try to find a way to come back here and try to invest and try to find our truly ourselves, because we don't know where we're from.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing.
Yeah, so many of us are leaving the West because there's a lack of jobs. It's expensive to live. All we do is we're in the rat race, we live to pay bills. That's it. But I think they've sold it to many black people, many Africans, that is the place to be, and really and truly it's not. So when you see a lot of us coming back, because we want to live the life that you're living, because where we come from, it's hard. People are struggling, but the West kind of hides a lot of that from you to make people believe that the West is the best. And
like me, I have a friend, it's called Joel, from UK, and the other day we was walking the street looking for apartments, and he said, man, this is very nice. Look at that, but very big and so cheap.
Yeah.
Bro, it's cheap. So you mean what he mean is because they say it's so cheap. What I mean is Western, you can get some like that, but it's
Very expensive, yeah.
And it can be some like that, it can be small.
Yes.
See, but here you get something big.
Yes.
For cheap. You see, so that is what he means.
Yeah. Yeah.
Realize that, bro, where I am, it's a better place.
Yes, definitely. We pay so much for rent and stuff in England, a lot of money for very small apartments. So yeah, I've been travelling to Africa for like 20 years now. The first place I went to in Africa was the Gambia. I went there about 6 times. I've been to Ghana, I've been to Kenya, and I've been to Tanzania. So when I've been to Africa, I always speak to people about African history, because I think when you're from the diaspora, you seek your history. Because we were taken away, our history is lost. So you always want to learn, find out the truth. That's what most of us, we just want to find out the truth, because we're lost. But what I found is when I speak to a lot of Africans, well, natives should I say, they don't really know about history. They don't really know about African history because they're from Africa. They don't feel like they need to learn it. So, did you learn about African history in school or by your parents?
Truly, we learn about African history, even our history in Tanzania and African history in general. But they teach us how. Can I use the word white people?
Yeah.
Yeah, how they take us from here to Western.
Yeah.
They teach us. But for me, what I think is there are things they hide. There are things they hide because they teach us about history. They teach us about how bad things that we pass through from slave trade and that. But we still believe that Western us we like.
Yeah.
So I think they need teachers and elders and the government in general. They should put more energy in teaching of history
in schools in Africa.
In Africa.
Yeah.
In schools. So that can help us to know deep about our history and about where we're from in general. Because let's say, for example, about our medicine. Like back then we say we was using trees to cure ourselves.
Yeah.
Like when you got a headache, your dad tell you, maybe go to that tree, take that trees,
like the
leaf or something, boil that, drink. But now we got Panadol and we got
pharmaceutical medicines. Yeah. So you think that? So basically, you're saying that you believe that we should teach African history more in schools.
More. Not only about slave trade, but
everything else.
Everything else.
Yeah.
Everything.
Because slavery is not our history. That's a tiny little part.
That's it.
There's so much more.
That's the only thing that they put in the book.
Yeah.
And,
So perhaps the next question was going to be, was you taught about slavery? And you kind of touched that in the last question, saying that the only thing they taught you in school was slavery in regards to our history. So you did get taught about slavery.
Yeah, they tell us about slavery. Tell us from where the white people came since day one. They came here and try to take our things away from us and try to take us to bring us to Western.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing that they teach us. And the other books, even in the schools, there are other books that say without white people, without slave trade, without all that, there's no everything that we see right now. What they say, everything, you can't make big buildings, big companies. When I say big companies, I mean maybe Coca-Cola, can say, or Pepsi, that's a Western company.
Yeah.
So that's what they teach. Sometimes they try to cover bads of white people they do to us.
Yes, to cover the, yeah.
To cover them. I don't know why, but that's what they teach us.
Yeah, they want to hide it, because obviously.
They want to hide,
yeah, they want to hide it from us.
Because the one who write the books, it's white.
Yeah.
And they bring it
to you.
They bring education to us. So probably they're gonna teach us about slave trade because we know.
Yeah, they want to teach us what they want us to know.
Yeah, they teach us what they want us to know. They ain't gonna do. They ain't gonna do.
Yeah, yeah, so. It's true. It's true. So how do you feel when you see like the Mzungus here?
Yeah, but I have something. It's sad, but let me talk. You know, it's cool, it's nice because they are human beings. You can say something. But let me give you an example. Like today, I was with my friend, Richmond, was walking on the road. And this is a 2020, let's tell you that. We was walking on the road. In front of us, we saw a group of Mzungu girls come in front of us. They come the way that we from. Like 3 meters from there, they try to change the direction, they move to the other side. And they be like, yeah, this is how life this tree is. And I tell you, you see? So they think maybe we try to rob them or they ignore us, they don't want to pass beside us, you know, something like that.
But they're in Africa. They're in Africa.
That's why I'm saying, you know, they're human beings.
Wow.
That's it. Today, this is 2020.
Really? So when the thing is coming, they cross. Wow.
Today.
But they need to go home then, isn't it? They need to go home.
They need, for real, they need
wow.
They need to go. Because they got a good place to live. So why they coming?
Because they want the resources.
That's why I told you. They write the history in the book, what they want to teach us. Then they bring to us. This is what we should know. We're not bad. White people, we should get back to your place. Sure. We don't hate you, we love you, you're human beings like us, you bleed like us, but
it's time to leave us to get on with it.
We can forgive but not forget.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
No.
And that's coming from a fellow Tanzanian.
You still treat us as your cats. This is 2020, you see? So, it's the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. In the recent months, there's been a lot of diasporas coming back, especially between, say, the last 3 months. There's been a lot more blacks coming from America, from the UK, from, you know, European countries. How does that make you feel seeing this?
That's cool. That's cool. That's my family. They're trying to get back. Yeah, that's cool because when they came back and they realized, because there are, I have a friend from America. There was none about Africa or Tanzania or Africa in general. Once they come here and they realize, oh, it's like this. They say, it's like heaven. It's heaven here. And we say, it's heaven? No, we feel like we're in a hot place. Because white people, they try. Things that they put in the book, they show us that this is a bad place.
Yeah,
see?
the place.
They're not lucky in this place. But when the brothers from Western or America, they came,
they're shocked.
And they say, you see, even as they give us motivation, they say, even this little thing that I do, it's big.
Yeah.
Okay, let me keep it. Let me keep it. So we happy. Yeah. One thing that I want to tell them is, we should get back.
You're telling the people to come back to Africa.
Yeah, come back to Africa.
So, how do you think that? See, like I'm a diaspora, you're Tanzanian. It's hard for us diaspora to come back because we're not really. I've been to many African countries, and as much as, you know, this land is ours just as much as it's yours. We weren't grown here, we were taken away. It wasn't by choice. But there's a lot of rules and regulations in place where we can't do much. They've put certain restrictions on obviously the country because they don't want the Muslims to take over. But now we're coming back, we need to know that if we're coming back that we can do something, we can live, we can make a living, but they're making it hard. So how do you think that we can work together, like the diasporans and the Tanzanians? How do you think that will work in regards to us building relationships, working together, doing business together?
It can work. It's nice because there are a lot of Western people, even white, Zungus, black, they work with Tanzanian people.
Yeah.
So I think it can be because once people they came in and they shock and they say this is like UK, this is like America. So it's not a wonderful for brothers from the UK or America came in and started to invest here and work here because you can invest and you can work as you want. But one thing I don't understand, that's why I say Mzungu is a problem. Mzungu is a big time problem. You see, they take us from Africa and they bring us to America, and then they put paperwork. If you wanna come back here to your land,
you can't.
You can't.
Yeah, it's true because in immigration,
you should have visa, passport, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
When you come here, you know nothing. So that's shackle. Yeah, shackle your mind.
Because when you get to immigration, most immigration rules is set by the white man. Because they don't, even though when we're in England, they say to us, go back to Africa. They tell us to go back to Africa, but when we get here, they've set so much laws. Remember, even though you've got the presidency, still in most African countries, the white man still rules. They still have their kind of hands in the pie. So most of the immigration rules here, it's not set by the country, it's set by the white man to stop us from coming back. So like having to get a visa, there's so many, they make it so hard. So we're hoping that hopefully Maga Fully or somebody can start looking into it and say, you know, make it a bit easier for us.
It's easy. If you want, let me say, if you want to get back, just get back. Don't look how hard it is. Because they already put the hard way.
Yeah.
So it's like you sacrifice yourself.
Yeah.
Let me try to start it again. Let me try to start it again. Clean, fresh. So let them come. They can invest here, they can work here.
Yeah.
Everything is possible. Everything is possible. If you believe in God, everything is possible.
Exactly.
Like them, they come from nowhere.
Exactly.
And they land here and they get us, they put us chain, they bring us to they take away us from here to America. So everything is possible.
Everything's possible. They can do it. We can do it.
We can do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, what message have you got there? What message do you want to say to the people who are in America, who are in England, who are in Europe, who want to come back? What have you got? What you got to say to them?
Africa is a nice place. Africa is a beautiful place, a nice place. Everything is nice here. You should get back and start it. Maybe if you wanna start a new life, you should at least just get back to look. At least, and then you get something in your mind.
Yeah.
So it's hard to make someone believe, maybe, but I just want to tell them Africa is nice.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's different. The way they think Africa is different, because even me, I think Africa is different, because when the brothers come from Western, they shop. This nice here. I wasn't there. I would think Africa is a dark place. I just want to go to America.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So get back.
Okay, so
I love you guys. Yeah. We don't know you, we get back. We love you. We love you. Take away you from us. love it.
Thank you for that. Thank you a lot. So that was Saeed, and like he says, come back. That, you know, our brothers and sisters are here waiting for us to come back, and like he says, they came here and made, you know, they came here with literally nothing and made a way for themselves. They've set up businesses, and we can do the same. We can do the same. And like he says, anything that you put in your mind and anything that you want in life, you can have it. You've got to just set your mind to it and just go for it. So that was Saeed, and as he says, come back to Africa. Well, they're waiting for us to come back, people, and you know, we've got our support system. I've come here and I've done what I have to do. It's not easy, but anything that you want in life, you can have it. So that is it from me, the Black Travelista, and that was the first series of Back to the A. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.
Bye.